I'm gonna tell Elfo it works better if you take off your shoes. I'll hold them for you.
Well, I have LIFO roll for me, please.
Oh my god.
6.
It's very convincing, LIFO. It's so convincing that.
Oh yeah.
Buzzinga. Hello, gentlemen. Good morning.
Morning.
We have
Morning.
a special guest, friend of the show, come back for a little fun time episode. Jay, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, guys. Thanks for having me.
Congrats on the kid.
Thank you.
Did you hear the last episode?
I did. Dalton can go fuck himself.
He got caught up real quick.
I did. I actually like Spark noted the 2 episodes I hadn't heard this morning. So I was just like skip all the talk. All right, listen to the gameplay. But for some reason, I listened to the first part of the episode where Randy gave me a congratulations shout out. Dalton just made it weird. So
He did. He very
It
much.
was
did.
it was like going. Then we just hit a brick. Like we hit the brakes. Like wait, what?
so that's fine. It's fine. Everyone's allowed to feel their feelings. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Man.
What are your feelings?
You get any sleep, Jay?
Moderately to no.
Mm.
Hey, how's the baby, Jay?
Yeah, she's great.
Did you miss everything that we just talked
Yes,
Oh, no,
yes, he
sorry, I was
did.
talking to Sarah.
Yeah, great, good.
It's-
Well, then
it's
you'll
great.
need to go listen to that. Then.
Yeah, it's fine.
So no sleep.
Yeah, team no sleep. I mean, Catrice is sleeping less than I am, to be perfectly honest. But I woke up at like 3 or 4 this morning. Maybe went back to bed for an hour. So it's not terrible. I've done worse on purpose.
Are
Yes.
you regretting it?
Not at all.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, I may be regretting being on this podcast, but other than
Probably
that,
are.
Yeah, friendships definitely are in the regret column right now. But
I'm
I was-
just kidding. All the
Yeah.
shit I talk, it's really. I'm kidding. It's really cool that you have a baby.
We
Yeah.
kind of know.
I got
we,
you.
I was talking to my friends and parents about this, right? Because it's just like I hung out with my sister and my niece yesterday, so it was cool. Have like her come over. She's only like 3, 4, and so it was fun. It was great, but then like it was very much like I enjoyed the fun uncle, and then cool, great. Now you're gonna go take your naps, leave my house, and then I'm gonna get drunk and play Halo, right? And so it's just like, but it was talking through this process of like having a kid. It's just like it's a crazy thought for me because it's just so far from where I'm at mentally, but it's like it's obviously a lot of work. So I was like talking to my parents. I was like, thank you for doing that, but also, but why? Why did you do this?
You weathered this storm.
It's a lot. I mean, you got to be ready mentally, financially. I think you have to be able to like put yourself third or fourth, depending on how many kids you have already. Because baby's number 1 and child bearer is number 2.
Yeah.
So, and then if you have another that kid's number 3. So now you're number 4. And my wife is taking my Pop-Tart.
Nice.
Rude.
That's
Hey, it's literally what you just said
Yeah.
in action in real
yeah.
time.
It still doesn't make it feel any better, but that's the reality of it. So it's cool. It's very rewarding when like James is 2.5 and he's talking back and like being his own person, but he says cute stuff and he'll like come and give you a hug, or he'll like stub his toe and he'll be like, "Dad, kiss my foot," and I'm like, "No, that's gross," but he wants that affection,
Yeah.
like that's the part of it. It's like, okay, this is really, really hard, but this is probably the coolest feeling I've been able to experience outside of doing drugs and going to Vegas. So, and that's only good for so long. So this is better.
Got it.
What kind of drugs?
Cocaine in Vegas, having kids. Got it.
Right there. They're close.
Good.
I
Depends
can't
on
see it, but I
depends
got
on the
two thumbs
dealer.
up.
So
I
Neither
got
one
two
of them lets
thumbs.
you sleep, right?
neither one lets you sleep.
Yeah,
That's
neither.
right.
Wow.
That's a
Wow,
good one. That's good. But you did say something though, that I have a problem with. Not you, but like a lot of people in the area. At least
Everybody
here.
else, but not me. All right.
They have kids, but they don't have the financial stability for the kid.
Yes.
And it's like, dude, like
they have
like,
no business making
you,
other
like, dude,
humans.
you are a terrible person. Like,
Yeah.
like I have a baby, I'm broke. Let's get a puppy. Like,
Yeah.
like that's like I hate it. Like when I was growing up, I was like, bro, that's the Sonoma County mentality. Like,
Yeah.
you're 20 years old, 22 years old, you're having a kid.
I don't
Like,
think
this
that's
is
just
insane.
Sonoma County, though.
We have a family. Yeah,
Well,
no,
because I
that's a
haven't
thing
branched
out
out very
there.
far, so that's why I say
We have family, and he's a good person somewhere in there, but he's got like 3 kids, and then that was like they should have stopped at 1, and then they got a dog, and then they got another
Stop at
dog,
0.
and I'm just like, but you, all of your choices are just bad.
yeah. It's like,
And it's, he's still family. We're still gonna love him, but it's like I don't have that much sympathy for when you complain about stuff because you continuously made bad choices in a row to yourself.
Yeah.
it should be like, I mean, on both parties, like the male and the female,
Wait,
that's a whole nother
what?
rant discussion, but I don't have kids, so it's probably like a little different. But I don't want like what you're saying. Like, I don't want to hear my friends complain about shit when it's your fucking fault. And now I'm paying your food stamps, and that's where it really gets up there for me.
Yeah, I'll complain a little bit if someone asks like, "Oh, how hard is it?" And like, I'll be honest, but it's not like I chose to do this. This was on purpose, so it's like I don't really have that much to complain about. Like, life is going great. I'm getting according to plan.
It's not like someone's knocking on your door and like, yeah, hey dad, wait, what?
Yeah, that's not yet.
I'm like, she can't hear.
Okay.
No, she can't. I got headphones on. I was like very sure to make the headphones work.
Wow. Let's I would say Jay, I'm not sure if you are, but are you, Dalton and Bert, are you guys caught up on Halo?
No, I didn't watch the most recent episode.
How many episodes are out now?
3.
Oh yeah, I watched the first one with Catrice, and she did not have a positive word to say about that.
Good, because
Halo.
it's a train wreck dumpster fire.
Well,
yeah,
I
liked it.
The third episode is not that bad.
Ooh,
really?
One thing I want to say, just one thing that actually she noticed out of us watching it is that when you're in the Master Chief first person view, that his HUD, you see his shield amount at the top. And I didn't really notice it while the action scene was going, but I thought that was a very authentic thing to put in, because that's something when you're playing constantly, you're looking at that shield bar and you're like, oh, okay, can I continue to keep rushing, or do I need to like sit and take a breath, grab, slam a do, and then
rushing.
Or be Halo 1 and look for a fucking health pack.
Yeah.
God, that was so miserable.
Dude. Halo 1 was literally just surviving on 1 bar of health for like the entire level, right? Because you would get a health pack, immediately get one, and then it's be like, oh, down to 1 red bar again.
Yeah. Oh my god. Because I replayed like Halo 1 on Legendary, or to a point. I think I was talking about it with you guys last year, and it was just like I was just stuck in like the Covenant ship, and I'm like, we're all got a pistol and a plasma pistol. Like, I can't really do much against a Legendary elite. Like, and then eventually they just kind of like, I mean, yeah, you can, but plasma pistol is probably like the best gun that you could use in Halo 1. Like, I would stretch that to say yes.
The original plasma pistol in Halo 1 is highly underrated, with the ability, like how fast you can pull that trigger and how much you can actually, if you like actually just turn your controller inside, just go, that thing just goes. It just goes, right? And it's just like, dude, there's something about that, like
charge up.
Yeah, it's the fucking noob
and it
tube.
tracks.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great weapon.
Yeah.
But
Can I rant about the plasma pistol for a second though?
Sure.
So Halo Infinite, I playing a lot of Fiesta to get some of the challenge stuff. And it was one of the maps where it was like Fiesta on top of vehicles on the map. And I was like, all right, this will be fun. This will be interesting. And there was a dude coming at me in something, Warthog or whatever. And I did a full plasma pistol charge up and then hit the vehicle expecting it to stop. Because before in, I guess, Halo 5, right, you could do that. And the dude just kept coming at me. And I was like, what the fuck? And I did it again. And it like doesn't do anything. And I realized now like that shock pistol is what you can do to do it. Yeah. But I was just like, why would you change that? Or like, just let them both do it. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I was like super like bummed that it's like, well, what? But then once I learned it was the plasma pistol, my favorite thing to do is to jack a dude out of his Banshee, right? Because it's like they're flying, you freeze it.
Yeah.
And then like you grab them and then like they get really mad and they come at you again. And then they go to jack you. And as they're jacking you, you throw a plasma grenade on the Banshee. And they fly away and then they explode.
No, it's good, dude. Like, it's great. Like, I love the grappling hook.
Yeah. I honestly did not think going into Halo Infinite when I saw like the trailers before the game came out, I was like, dude, this grappling hook is going to be so dumb and it's going to like break the game. And like now it's like my favorite thing.
So beneficial.
Dude, that's like the old, that's how you scale mountains in the campaign. Like, all right, let me just keep going.
Oh, all right.
Literally, I'm probably one. I should have gone through and played it on Legendary again, but it's like I wanted to wait for co-op, but now co-op's getting postponed again. So
there's no date on it.
It was supposed to be in May with the next update, but they're like, no, we got to postpone it. I'm like, okay, well, you guys just don't want more money, I guess.
They couldn't even get like, I don't know. It seems like there were so many bugs with multiplayer. I haven't played in a while, to be fair, but
they upgraded a lot in the multiplayer. I saw a video on YouTube. This guy, it was a recent one. This guy was like, "This is go through all the nerfs in multiplayer. Let's do this." So there's no more Mangler 1-shoot SWAC. It's a 2-shoot SWAC now, which I'm like, I don't really agree with that, but also, when I had the Mangler, it was very handy.
Yeah.
Dude, gosh, oh fuck, and the thing just has range.
Yeah.
They did some other things, but minor things. But that was like the biggest one that I saw. Not that I haven't played really in the past 2 months.
Yeah. So I was gonna ask, right? So the new battle pass is gonna start probably whenever it is, like a couple weeks. Has enough time once you completed the battle pass, did you just stop playing multiplayer or did you keep playing it for fun?
I started playing ranked like religiously, and then I was like for like a month I was like logging online with like 2 dudes and we were just going at it, or I would just go play by myself, solo duos. Lots of emotion going in. Like, yeah, it was fun. And then
so you're prep for battle pass 2?
Yeah, I'm like completely done.
No, as in like you're gonna buy it and you're gonna play it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy it and play it. I mean, with the fact that I beat the battle pass, dude, once you get past like level 30 or 40, it kind of goes a lot faster.
Yeah,
like it's,
which is weird.
And then you start using all those XP boosts and like double XP and everything.
Once you get to level 30, then it should slow down.
No, dude, the first like 10, 20 levels were so fucking slow. But also I wasn't doing like the missions, I guess, or little
challenges.
The challenges, yes, inside, which can kind of get lame, really. Like, go get 3 kills with a Covenant Carbine. I'm like, bro, it sucks. Like, what the hell? Yeah, well, that's just another thing. That's another thing.
I haven't played since we went to Seattle.
Yeah, you didn't miss much. But I started to notice there was a lot of people just resetting their levels in rank just to like try to get higher. So, because but on to the topic of Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm very excited because you've been going through a rewatch and you have a bunch of questions and thoughts.
And I have been watching it all over the place. I haven't been watching it in order. I just kind of like, I feel
That's
like
what I'm
watching
saying.
Empire. Okay. Like it started with, I had this voice in my head from months ago, and Bert, it was you're like, yo, I like Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I think I tried going back and watching Phantom Menace at one point last year, and I was like, bro, I can't do this. And then I'm like, whatever.
To me, it's honestly as soon as they get to Tatooine, I'm like, all right, I'm like fucking over this. Because like at the beginning, it's kind of cool. It's like, okay, there's battle droids and they're like sneaking around and like Qui-Gon Obi. As soon as they hit Tatooine, it's like snooze fest.
Yeah.
I'm one of the people, sorry to interrupt, but like I'm one of the people that like I didn't like the pod race. Like everyone's like, the pod race is the best thing. I'm like, no.
It was okay. It was like if you go back and watch Phantom Menace, it's a really B-rated movie. Like
It's hard to watch because Anakin's so needy.
That's one of your points. sorry. I'm getting excited about this conversation.
He's very needy. But I started with the Revenge of the Sith. I went back, watched that. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to like all right, I get like all right, this is good. I really like that was like the longest lightsaber duel ever between Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Yes.
Or Darth Vader, I should
It's
say.
a good duel though.
It was a good duel.
It was. Can we talk about the one thing that always confuses me in that duel though?
Sure.
There's like a moment where like they're literally like this far apart and they're just swinging their swords like this.
Oh, yeah.
And like they're not hitting each other. And every time I watch it, I'm like, what is happening here? I don't understand. It's literally just them just waving like this. And there's no contact, nothing. It's the most bizarre
I remember
thing.
that. It was like whoever blinks first loses.
Yeah, and then they go like the force push or something after that. But it's just like it's such a weird moment where I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, it's yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I mean, you guys can interrupt whenever you want.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just. Of course, I watched. I watched New Hope like a few days ago.
Sure.
And I was like, okay, it's not as bad, but
just slow.
It's very slow, but I'm gonna take this. Do you like Harrison Ford as Han Solo or Indiana Jones more? Because as I watched the first three movies again, I Han Solo's cool, but I'm also like, you're just more of like this. Like, I don't know what to call you. Like, you're too cocky or you're too reckless. Whereas, like, there's just like, man, like your character. I thought I liked your character a lot more, but in reality, like, I don't. Where's Luke?
I think
Like,
he's on a fine line between cocky and confident.
Yeah, but I guess just his actions. Like, I don't know, like how he portrays himself. But like Indiana Jones, I like.
Yeah,
I would prefer Indiana Jones over Harrison Ford. Indiana Jones, just because it's more focused on him. I think younger Harrison Ford's such a really good actor.
Yeah. Jay.
Jay, go ahead.
I like Indiana Jones just a little bit more, not the series, but to what we were talking about.
Yeah, I agree. It's like it's funny you say that because like I've never like conceptualized that, but I think you're absolutely right because Indiana Jones has more of like a personality than Han Solo, because Han Solo is just like Han Solo, but like Indiana Jones, you can see him like a kind of a wider array of like emotions, right?
Yeah.
It
kind of brings it to that point, what we're talking is in The Force Awakens, like Han Solo, that first bit when they first meet him and he's just trying to like bullshit his way out of like the thing. I was like, aren't you a little bit old to be doing this? Like, I don't understand. Like, why are you still doing this bit? And the guy was like, even the guy in the fucking movie was like, this bit doesn't work anymore. Yeah. I'm like, you just went from a general for the Resistance to having a kid with Leia to just bailing after Ben Solo goes AWOL to just, I'm just going to go do my own shit again. Like it was, Yeah.
It's
Veer off
bizarre.
track just for a little bit. We'll revert back to Star Wars,
Okay.
but I want to know your guys' what you think Harrison Ford's most underrated movie is.
I'll go first because I don't have one. So
I haven't watched that many of his actually.
I'm not great at actors, phases, names, titles, music, songs, albums. None of that really sticks in my brain. That's not how I commit things to memory. But I like him. And
What movie?
yeah, I don't. As I said, I started the sentence with "I don't have one."
Okay.
To me, I think Fugitive. I really like the movie Fugitive.
Now, I thought you were gonna say Firewall.
Clearly don't know me, Randy.
I don't think I've seen The Fugitive. Like there was just a lot of because when Harrison Ford was making movies in like the 2000s, like I just didn't watch them. Like I don't know. I don't know why. I didn't watch them. I think the last one I watched was like King of Kristen School.
It was a 1993 movie.
Yeah, still didn't watch it.
Because you were 4 years old.
Yeah, this is also true.
It's Tommy Lee Jones too.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that isn't that
Well, he's
the
a fugitive, yeah.
sequel to U.S. Marshals? I think it is.
It's the prequel.
I think
The
it's
prequel?
the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
U.S. Marshals is a good movie.
I don't care. Yeah, I quote that part all the time when I'm at work when somebody's telling me something and I just do Tommy Lee Jones, just like I don't care. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a hard question. I don't know, because in my head I don't know if there's anything that is underrated. Fugitive, I guess, yeah. Let me think. I mean, I think honestly a lot of people go, Indiana Jones,
They
Han
think
Solo.
Indiana Jones or Star Wars.
Yeah. I really like Harrison Ford in the Tom Clancy movies, like Clear and Present Danger and the other one. I can't even tell. It's basically the Hunt for Red October is Alec Baldwin. Then they swapped out Alec Baldwin and it's Harrison Ford. And there's like a series of these movies where he plays this like CIA like analyst, and they're really good. Sean Bean's in one of them, plays a bad guy. Spoiler alerts to how it ends for him. Yeah, I think those are some nobody, but in my head I'm like, I don't know if these are underrated because I think people know of them, but maybe not. I don't know.
I can honestly say I've only watched like maybe 15 movies with Harrison Ford in it, and
all including Star Wars.
yeah, and
interesting.
Like Air Force,
now I know what
I have no idea. I haven't watched that many Harrison Ford movies.
So you have not seen, what's the one where he The Witness? No.
Nope. I guess I just wasn't drawn to him as an actor.
Wow. Yeah. Interesting.
So back to Star Wars.
All right, back to Star Wars.
I'll allow it.
All right, so we talked about this like a few weeks ago, that reloading a blaster or blaster jamming. You said that there was a point it's like, oh, like the gun jammed or whatever. But in A New Hope, this is just another reference, not like I'm disagreeing with anything. But when they were running, the garrison was running, like, make sure your blasters are loaded, make sure your guns are loaded. I was like, okay, where's is that like the first reference that they need ammo? And what are the other references that they actually need ammo for blasters?
Like canonically, like in the things?
In all of Halo, besides like, oh, my gun jammed. Like, what? I thought you just used a battery, bro.
Yeah, it uses a battery. It is an energy cell, but there's like a crystal in there, so it's, and I don't want to nerd out too much.
Maybe it seizes up. It gets too hot.
No, I want you to nerd out, Bert. I need to hear this.
Okay, so inside, like, there's like it's a weird thing because it shoots like a beam of energy. So there's like a crystal in there, but then like the crystal is like the mechanism, but like the energy packs, it's like
the fuel
is the fuel. Yeah. And so there's this whole thing about the reason why stormtroopers keep missing. It's not because they're like terrible marksmen, it's their guns are really shitty. Like the E11s that were produced were like cheaply produced, and so like there's just like a faulty issue with like the blasters that they have,
like the droid army.
Yeah, like the droid army. Yeah. Well, it's fun. Anyways, I can rant about stormtroopers in a second, but yeah, I'm trying to think of when they ever talk about it being something that you load.
Oh,
I
you
think
know what?
I
You know what
don't
I'm
know
thinking
if there
about?
is any. I
You know
don't
what
know.
I'm thinking about? Like, I think we were talking about like we were in reference to like Halo plasma guns, like
Mhm.
not Star Wars. So I think I'm getting them mixed up.
Oh, yeah.
But they
But
were running. He's like, make sure your guns are loaded.
yeah, because you can set. That's the thing is you can set the guns to stun too, right? As we see them do in A New Hope. So it's just like a setting, but like that's the thing that's interesting to me is how if you really want to play a very interesting game, load up Return of the Jedi and get your favorite alcoholic beverage and shots, right? And you're gonna take shots anytime. I'm gonna show you why stormtroopers actually have rules of engagement, and the rebels are like terrorists, right? They just killed them all the time, right? Or freedom fighters, however you want to look at it, right? And so they have their own. You have to take a shot every time a stormtrooper has a drop on somebody and ask them to surrender or freeze. And if you do that for Return of the Jedi, you will be just drunk by the end of the movie, because there are multiple times where stormtroopers literally have, and you get it because you have to for a movie, because it's otherwise it's plot armor, right? Because otherwise then everyone's dead. But they have rules, right? And they're constantly telling the rebels, I don't want to kill you, please surrender, kind of thing, right? And the rebels' response always is just like, hey, thanks for that. And they just murder them. So, yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, sorry, go back to your question about like it being, well, it's the same thing with fuel, right? Like technically in Star Wars there's fuel for ships, but it's never talked about because it's not necessarily needed, right? You see one scene in A New Hope where they're like fueling up the X-Wings before they go on the Death Star run, but like it's one of those things where it doesn't seem to be important or needed for the storytelling, because
it's super important in Last Jedi.
But then it becomes super important, and like that's the thing where I'm like, yeah, I don't want to see a movie about spaceships running out of fuel. It's weird. It's dumb.
Yeah.
It's not necessary for it's
or they reference like, oh, fuel costs or whatever, but like they don't actually show it.
Yeah. But yes, for the sake of not movie stuff, power packs are a thing, and you can run out of power and you will need to replace them. The crystals don't necessarily need to be replaced often, but yes, your guns can jam and your guns can run out of ammunition, but it's like an E11 holds like 100 rounds.
Yeah,
but it's enough energy for that.
Who shot first, Han or Greedo?
Greedo for sure.
Dalton, there's been a lot of shit that's been said on this podcast that I tend to just overlook.
Not this time.
All right, so
I am now firmly in the J camp of questioning our friendship.
It's okay. I could just take his place, and it'll be the three of us, and it's fine.
I think by like when you watch it real time, it's kind of like hard to see.
Oh no, I mean,
worst.
Hold on 1 second. My friend has a competition and he's calling me right now. I'm just very curious. Hold on.
Yeah,
what's up?
Hey,
here's the thing, right? We're not gonna just stop because Randy left. Han Solo shoots first if you're watching the originals. If you're watching like the new updated movies.
It's better if you have to
they put it in there. And I'm like, but it's so dumb.
Do you
it's
have
like
the option to take a bath?
Okay, actually, now let's just listen in on.
Yeah, neither do I. All right, then I would try to go back on the sauna then.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the shower is gonna get you there.
Yeah, it's not gonna get you there.
Nice.
So that's the best
it might
thing.
get you there.
Just sweat it out the booze. You know what I'm saying?
No, you really need to sit with other naked dudes in the sauna.
So
that'll get you there.
It'll get you there for sure.
Oh yeah, you'll be fine. Bro. Don't even bother.
You'll
Just
be
don't
fine,
eat anything. Don't get stressed. You should just be fine.
You're underweight. Oh man.
Oh no.
Yeah, taking a shower is okay.
Yeah, 219 is not enough.
I doubt you're gonna absorb.
I have a
Because it's the
question.
same thing if you're taking a
Yes.
bath.
Just taking a shower after
Like, except you're submerging yourself in water,
Being
your body would
under
absorb that, but actually it doesn't.
I'll
So,
have
I mean, you
to
should be
pay
fine, though.
attention to who shoots who first. I'm about to start the Clone Wars.
Nice.
Yeah.
The Clone Wars is interesting because the
I'm
episodes
recording my podcast right now,
from
but hey, dude, good
start to
luck.
finish
I might stop
aren't
by
in
and say hi.
chronological order.
Oh,
So
really?
you'll start
Alright,
watching
bud.
season 1 and you're like, oh, cool, here's all these characters. And then like the next episode, some of them will be gone. You're like, what happened to those people? And then like the next season, you'll be like, oh, they died because now I'm seeing this. It's weird. It's weird. But the thing I love about Clone Wars is the fact that like it's very much, it's gonna sound weird, but it's very much like Game of Thrones in the sense that like you don't know who is going to live or die by the end of the show, right? Unless you see them specifically in the beginning or in Revenge of the Sith. Fuck, any Jedi could die, right? Anybody can die, and it's cool. It's crazy. It's a kid show, but like by the end of Clone Wars, there's a story arc that I don't want to talk about. I want you to see it and enjoy it, but there's a story arc related to this like clone trooper trying to like unravel this mystery, and it's very much like a weird like almost like espionage thriller, like political thriller kind of like storyline.
Yeah.
And you know what happens because you've seen Revenge of the Sith. So like you know that like this person doesn't unravel the mystery.
Right.
But like I was literally at the edge of my seat being like, but maybe he could. Like no, and I'm like it's so good. It's so good. But you gotta get through the first couple of seasons, which are like it's the same thing I was saying with Bad Batch. It's like it takes a while for it to figure itself out.
Yeah.
And the animation, it's not bad, but it's like there's some clunkiness to the first couple seasons.
That's what I'm worried about. Is like there's a lot of seasons. What is there like
7?
Is it 7 seasons?
7 seasons, like over 20 episodes a season. Like the show went on forever.
Yeah.
Like my biggest.
Luckily, they're short though.
Yeah, they're short. I mean, but there's it's engaging. But like I was saying, it's kind of like it's been like while I'm playing Clash on my phone, it's like background noise.
Well, I'm definitely gonna watch it at work.
Yeah, like the I'm just not a fan of Ahsoka. Like I'm just not.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to hear this adolescent like teenage girl like just like her character kind of annoys me.
I completely agree with what you're saying, with the asterisk that by the end of the show, she will become your favorite character. Because I thought the exact same way. I was like, oh, this character, so especially if you watch the Clone Wars movie, the movie is just like train wreck. But by the end of the show, the series, I should say, like she will become one of I think, right? But man, maybe not. I don't know.
We'll see. The Attack of the Clones, the whole Jango Fett Obi-Wan scene, that was really cool.
Just give me more of that, man.
Like that was cool. I like those shock, like those bombs that he was setting off too. Like it's like they implode, or I don't know how, but it was just
yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, just going back and watching them all, they were good. Just going back and watching all the movies, yeah, it was nice. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you get to the Rise of Skywalker, and it was just like, I don't know what's going on here. Like it makes no sense. The whole movie is just up in a tizzy. The fucking the resistance it's like a handful of ships at this point. It's just the whole thing was dumb. Palpatine, and it took me a while to realize that Senator Palpatine, he's still alive. It's just his back was broken or something, and he just needs this machine to like move him around. Like it was just, oh man, it was just all just garbage.
Here's the thing about Rise of Skywalker. Can't remember. I get them all confused because I don't care about them. There's a moment where like all of the horses are on the Star Destroyer that again is in maybe space, but in atmosphere, right? Because the people are breathing.
It's so stupid.
And they're all charging it, and they're like, "Oh my god!" Like jam their speeders, and they're like, "They're not on speeders." And then like the horses come out, and I was like, "Huh, yeah, cool." Just tilt the fucking ship. You have gravity in your fucking ship. Like there is, you know what I'm saying? Like because in space we see like the Star Destroyers, like they can turn upside down and stuff. Like there's the assumption is like there's some sort of gravity here. But even if not, just like turn your ship like this, and all those people fall off. The part that just drives me insane is the movie itself basically introduces a concept and then like immediately throws it away, but it makes it like a core thing where they're like, there's this crazy fucking red mist thing that you need like this thing to fly through, and it's super dangerous, and you need these like wayfinders to find it. Okay, cool. But then like the entire rebel fleet shows up, and I'm like, yeah, cool, I guess they sent that to him, but like it's just like, oh well, that thing was important for then, but like now it's not important, so all these ships are gonna come in. And it's just like we literally see a Star Destroyer, you know, with these new like Death Star Destroyers, because that's fucking awesome idea. Thanks a lot, guys. Let's just put like Death Star cannons on Star Destroyers.
The final order.
Fucking nothing means anything anymore. It goes through the cloud, it blows up that planet because the Emperor Palpatine is like, "I'm back, bitches," and then like destroys the planet to let people know that he's serious. So I know that a Star Destroyer made it out, but then when they get there, they're like, they don't know how to get their way out. No, you just showed me one that made its way through. Like, this is so fucking stupid. And then they're like, they don't. If we destroy this beacon, they'll be trapped here forever. And I'm like, they can't go around. They don't like. It's just like it's the dumb. It's so fucking dumb. It's like I am blown away at like the stupidity of the script. That the fact I feel like I'm being trolled. Like I watched the movie and I'm like, somebody spent hundreds of millions of dollars just to be like, haha, lols. And there's people who love it. There's people I know who it is their favorite Star Wars. I just don't understand. Like I'm just at that point, I'm like, I don't get this anymore.
Well, that's Gen Z. Yeah,
that makes me sad.
What's after Gen Z? Like the even younger.
I don't know yet. Baby Grogu. Like
Beta, Zeta, Alpha.
Fuck, dude, I don't know. Like we're on the tail end of millennials, so
Alpha, Gamma, Nu.
Generation WTF.
I like that one.
Rafflecopter.
I identify as a pickle. Like,
And a toaster on different days.
Are you a pickle Rick?
I am.
It's always like the first thing that like pickle, like I'm pickle Rick.
Pickle.
So what is this? What is this Goblin quest I've heard of?
Yes. Can we do a little Goblin quest? Do you have
Sure.
time? We got time. We got plenty of time. All right. So, Jay, do you have a D6 in front of you? Great. All you need is one. Super simple.
Jay.
You don't need a character sheet. You have 5 goblins, and anytime you want to do any action, you roll that D6. And depending on what happens, you're either going to succeed or you're going to take point of damage.
Hold on. Have you not been watching the episodes, Jay?
No, I know exactly how to play. I just wanted to steer the conversation towards playing this game. So
Fair enough. All right. Well, then let me pull up the story.
no, I know exactly how to play.
Great. And then they had an incredible run of good luck.
They did. I thought they were not going to make it to the end of that first campaign. They were at the end of the second stage or whatever. They were not doing well. They each had like 2 or 3 goblins left, and they were just like killing themselves.
Yes.
Like
not killing himself.
with like a
Dalton was killing
spork.
me.
Or like it was just bad. It was
Yeah.
bad. So I was like, oh, they're never gonna finish this. And then I'm like, like I said, I was spark noting the last episode to make sure I was caught up before to this morning. And I was like, wait, how did that? What?
Yeah.
There's no way.
There's no way. There's no way. They literally completed all their wizardry stuff. Not a single damage. It made me sad. So it's the perfect place to throw another person in here to make it even easier for them.
Neon?
But that's okay. That's all right.
Blood.
So you die. Perfect.
Does the blood one have things on the dice to make it roll different?
No, it's just I don't
It's
know.
a square one. Doesn't have rounded corners.
Oh, interesting.
I like the ones
Rounds
with the
to
rounded
6
corners
all
more,
the
just
time.
because it's just more.
Can you elaborate on that?
I got it from Fundemonium.
All of mine do not have rounded
A
corners.
flat dice, I feel like just doesn't it. I don't know. It has limited movement. It doesn't roll as much. So sometimes like roll it and then all of a sudden it could just be like boom, boom and slide on like one. You're like, well, I just know it's terrible for like that half a second. Whereas the other one, bro, I have no idea where it's going to land. Like it's rounded. So it can just keep going. Yeah. I like rounded dice more.
Great. Well, all right then, gentlemen, are you ready?
Yes.
Let us begin the second part of your Wizarding School Goblin Quest. You've already made it to the Wizard Tower. So now we are in stage 2, which is orientation. There are 3 things that you must complete. First, you must survive. And also to remind everyone, I've only seen Harry Potter like once, so this is all kind of done from a half-baked understanding of it. So none of this is probably actually right. But you have to survive the sorting. That was your first thing. You need to attend some classes, and you must complete some school pranks, because no wizarding school is complete without some prankage. So those are your 3 tasks for step 2. To remind yourselves, survive the sorting, attend some classes, complete some pranks. Great? Perfect. Jay, will you please introduce your first goblin?
Well, his or her name is Flufa.
Okay.
It's an ambidextrous trans goblin that is very excited about going to wizardry school.
Great. Flufa is also met with, as you remember, Elfo and just did you call it Life? Lifo. Yeah, perfect.
Is that where you ended? I called Lifo?
I don't remember. Honestly.
Perfect.
We're running out of names here.
Running out of names here,
Tiny.
gentlemen.
Hi, I'm Alpha.
Yep. 3 of you meet in like the foyer of the Wizarding Tower, and there's an excitement because, again, to remind you, this is the first time goblins are being introduced into the Wizarding School, and y'all are there. There's an excitement as different war camp entities are going to their different classes. The 3 of you are there, I guess, meeting Flufa.
Hi, Flufa. I'm Flufa. What's your guys' name?
I'm Lifo.
Lifo, okay.
Hi, I'm Alpha.
Well, you're much for you.
I
guess that's okay.
I just need to make sure that everyone's aware that there's an asterisk anytime Randy says Elfo, that the text appears at the bottom of the screen that says this is distinct, different. For copyright reasons, this is distinctly different from anything from Enchanted. This is its own. Any similarities are not to be looked into.
2 L's and 2 O's.
Yes, perfect. Continue. All right, well, what do you guys want to do?
So we need to get sorted, is what I hear.
Can you go to the map,
No.
please?
Okay.
You're
You're in the tower. I don't have a map for the tower, but
I want to go to the Great Hall. Is that where the sorting happens?
All right. So as I'm pulling up the map, Fufla, you're heading to the Great Halls. Will you roll a d6 for me, please?
I got a 6. I'm really good at dice.
Of course you did. As soon as you walk in,
I'm really good at dice.
you can hear as there's like a wizard who is just like pointing at different people in the room, and he's declaring them different houses. You literally just walk in and you're in the house of cleaning up the shit that we don't want to deal with. Good luck.
Sweet. I love cleaning up shit no one wants to deal with. That's my favorite.
But it's on fuck.
Everybody has like these really dope like sigils, like animals that are tied to their houses, and yours is the house that you go to, which is conveniently somehow all just the goblins that have come to the Wizarding School, and your image is just like a mop. But you have successfully been, one of you have successfully been sorted into a group. You have Randy and
You guys should come to the
Dalton.
Great Hall, because this is where the good business happens.
I'm gonna go to the plug.
Of course you are. All right. What do you want to do at the plug?
I'm gonna walk my Air Jordans over there.
Oh, that's right. Will you roll for me?
Yeah. That's funny. I got a 5. Gotta get those extra rolls in.
Well, as you're going to the plug with your Air Jordans, right? There is some other people who are by the plug as well, right? But as you're coming by, right, the sound of you approaching with your sweet, sweet Air Jordan shoes startles them so much that they fall down into the muck around the plug, causing them to get completely dirty. You've completed your first prank because fellow students are now covered in mud, but as they're covered in mud, you see that instantly some of these other goblins immediately come out of the wizarding tower and run up to them and go, gotta clean up the shit that nobody wants, and they start sweeping those people into away, like into a trash receptacle and taking them away. First prank successfully done. 2 more to go, but well done. Lifo, you've seen Elfo, who does have Jordans, just immediately leave the wizard tower and go outside. What do you do?
I'm gonna nonchalantly follow him, trying to get his Jordans.
But you got your fake Jordans.
Okay,
Yeah, but I know they're fake. I want the real
You got your fake Jordans.
All right, well then what exactly are you trying to do?
So what exactly is FIFO doing?
Is it
Elfo?
Elfo, excuse me.
Oh, I just walked to the
Elfo just walked out to the plug and somehow successfully completed a prank by just walking, because it's fucking dice rolls. So he just stand there, I guess unless Elfo, what are you doing?
I'll pull the plug.
Oh my god, no!
That's not a good idea. Please, please don't do that.
Will you roll for me?
Okay.
It's going downhill.
Oh, that's bad. I got a 2.
Now you do have your lucky ear. You can rip off and try and re-roll that if you want, or you'll take 1 point of damage.
I will save my lucky ear for now.
Okay. As you go to pull the plug, there's like this magical energy that's surrounding it, and like as you're going to pull it, you can just feel it as it's starting to burn your hands, leaving them blackened and charred. You have taken 1 point of damage.
Ow! Owie! It's hot. Might try again later.
So to answer your question, Lifo, Elfo's just like reaching the plug, burning his hands. Ow! Reaching for the plug, burning his hands. Ow! And he's kind of caught in this loop.
I'm gonna tell Elfo, it works better if you take off your shoes. I'll hold them for you.
Well, can I have Lifo roll for me, please?
Oh my god.
6.
This fucking
It's very convincing, Lifo. It's so convincing that you find yourself taking off your shoes and handing them to him.
He's
Which
taking my
is a
shoes.
prank. So you have successfully just bunked your teammate there, Dalton.
You know, we're winning.
You technically are winning. 1 more prank to go.
I'm gonna give him my shoes though, so he's not shoeless. The fake Jordan.
Okay, while this is all happening, Fufa, you're in the sorting house. You've been given your house to attend. You don't know where any of those other goblins were that you saw when you first walked in, but everyone's kind of getting excitement as you're being sent to your house, which you see all these other wizarding students that are going to like these really cool areas that like open up and turn into like all these cool books and bunks, and like imagine these really open spaces that are really cool for where they live. And all of the goblins then house deal with the shit that nobody else wants to deal with is all kind of just being corralled into a really small like cupboard. What looks like, it seems like more like a supply closet where there's just mops and pans and other sorts of like sanitational equipment, and you're just all being kind of shoved into this small room together.
All right. This seems totally fair, and I love being at school. I would love to learn how all these other wizards made their rooms so big and pretty.
Great. Will you roll for me?
Wow, I'm on fire. 6.
All right. Well, as you are saying this in front of the dorms that you have been assigned, you hear a voice that's just, well done, well done. The first rule of this school is always have an inquisitive mind. So you turn around, you see that there's a wizard that's there. All wizards float, so he's just kind of hovering above the ground. And it says, the very first class that you need to attend is an open mind. Well done. You've completed your first action there. He says, now grab a mop and come with me. And he starts to float away. Well done with your 6.
Killing it.
You're just going to complete all the objectives. We come back to Randy and
Well, they
Dalton.
run around and pull a plug and stuck the whole universe into the drain. And
All right. So Randy, somehow you have black and charred hands. Your shoes are not gone; they're just with life over there. But he's conveniently given you his knockoff shoes. You're still at the plug. What do you want to do?
I don't think these are Jordans. Looks like a Shaq symbol. I'm just gonna go to the slime lake. Kind of wince off my hands.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Will you roll for me?
Yeah. Where do you move? All right, now you're in the way. Yeah. Ooh, I got a 6.
Sure, yeah. Of course.
Plus
you do.
1.
All right. Well, as you go to the lake to wash off your hands, you're washing your hands off. How the fuck does this work? Yes. As you wash and the black charred skin goes into the slimy lake and you pull it out, right? Your hands are covered in this kind of like slime as a group of orcs, right? So orcs are, I think, Urukai size, walk by. And they all have like sigils on their like wizarding robes, and it's just these, think like Isengard hands, but instead of it being like white, it's just like covered in like green slime. And it's just the green hands of Slimengard, and they look at you, mascot, and they like pick you up with your covered in your green hand, and they're taking you to their sorting. You've been sorted by being grabbed and taken as a mascot for the slime hands. Well done. Success.
Good job.
Sounds better than my shit to deal with.
They just throw me on the back like I'm Merry and Pippin.
Yes, they
Yeah.
just grab you. So, Lipo, you
medicine, my lord.
you see as Elfo is being taken away. What do you do?
Shrug.
You what?
I'm just kidding. I want to go to the fuck, where do I want to go? You know what? I'm gonna go back to the wizarding school.
Good call. What do you want to do though?
I want to go to my dorm.
Great. You go, and as you try to enter any of like these dorm rooms, you're just like magically pushed out because you haven't been properly sorted yet.
Oh, rude. Well, I want to go get sorted.
All right, will you roll a d6 for me, please?
Yes. A 4.
Okay, with a 4, you're going in, and like the room is empty. right? There's nobody there. They've already sorted everyone. So you have to go find now a wizard to officially sort you. So you've missed your window of opportunity, but you're there, you're feeling this magical energy plus one.
But I have Jordans.
You do have Jordans. And so with that, you're confidently walking around. So plus one to the next person.
Pull like a Joe Powell, follow me around.
If Randy got a 6, if Randy got a 6, does that mean his 4 turns into a 5?
No, so a 6 is just a success. So that's just you get it. With the 4, it now turns the next person that rolls.
I was missing that piece. All right, sorry. Continue.
Yep. Well, Flufa, you have been given orders to grab a mop and follow this wizard. What do you do though? You do see like in the background that you see LIFO walk by, but now confidently with definitely new shoes that are not the knockoff ones that he had.
I wanna yell at the wizard. Hey, my friend has new shoes and needs a house. Can you stop and I'll clean up your poop later?
You roll for me. Plus 1 to your roll.
Thank you.
3.
Okay, a 3 becomes a 4, which is something good. So again, still plus 1 to the next person rolls. The wizard just doesn't even hear you though, because you're a goblin, and the fact that like you're talking to them, they've just completely tuned you out. So the wizard is just confidently still floating off to like an area where you can see that there's just like water that's like leaking out from behind a door, and other goblins are kind of moving with him. But with that though, you feel like this positive energy as LIFO, right? You're sitting there looking around to try and be sorted, and you see that there's a bunch of like wizard apprentice who are like leaning against the equivalent of their lockers, like, you want to get sorted? We can get you sorted.
Ew.
Or buy a watch.
It's very much that vibe. But I guess while that's happening, Elfo, you're confidently carried into the slime hands like dorms, and it's like really nice. There's like all this like plenty of space. There's like wizards. Most of them are orcs. They're like just practicing their spells, when their spells are just like punching each other as they're saying like spell names, but they're just like Egloptus Brutus, and it just like punches a dude in the face, right? And they put you high up on like a pedestal, where you can see that there's like other mascots that have been like put up here, and their bones are like, because they just never left. So there's like all these goblins, like skeletons up there, but you've been placed high on a shelf. Dare I say you're a goblin on a shelf, and what do you do?
Oh, an elf.
You're an elfo on a shelf. The joke is there.
Elfo on a shelf.
So I'm on a shelf. All right.
I want to take one of these bones from the other, I think it's a mascot. I want to lick it and try to get a wet willy
to one of the orcs down below.
Sure. Yeah, that's great. You roll for me. You do get a plus 1 in your roll.
Come on. Oh, wow. I got a fucking 1. That fucking sucks.
Would you like to use your magic ear?
Yeah, I'm fucking use this ear.
Great.
Yeah!
As you work it out, please roll again. Still plus 1.
Oh, I got a 4.
A 4 becomes a 5.
Nice.
With that, it is a success. So as you slobber up this bone and you try to give a wet willy to an orc, it like just, you lubricated it really well. So it just like slides in, it just like pierces this orc's like eardrum, and everyone just starts cracking up. all the other orcs in this house, and they're just like, oh, and they all start taking bones and like licking them and like shoving them into each other's ears, as you've created this new sensation of prankage throughout the school, as everyone is finding bones and giving each other wet willies, but to the point where there's severe ear damage throughout most of the school. Well
I'm
done.
eardrum.
Pranks are done. Completed. You shitheads. All right, we cut back to LIFO.
What's our next objective again?
You need to get sorted, and you just need to attend some classes.
Oh, okay. I want to get sorted then.
Yeah, but they've all left. There's some strange people who are like hanging out by the locker saying like, yeah, we can sort you for, if you want. But, or you can go try and find a wizard or do anything else.
I'm going to go try to find a wizard. I don't trust these hooligans.
Okay.
Trust my teammates. Taking my shoes.
You're walking past. You walk past a room where you just hear a lot of people screaming and laughing as they're just jamming bones into each other's ears. But you walk past. I guess. How do you want to find a wizard?
Is there like a wizarding room, like where wizards go hang out, like a break room or something?
Teacher's lounge for wizards.
Harry Potter fans would be like ripping us apart.
The wizard's lounge.
The wizard's lounge. Yeah, will you roll for me?
4.
Man, this sounds like a really good idea. And you're like, you can't find it yet, but like there's gotta be a place where like they all hang out. So you're continuing to look. You don't find anything, but positive, which is you're feeling good. This is a good plan. +1 and the next person rolls.
Got my Jordan shoes. I got my Jordan shorts.
Yep. You're feeling good. Floofa.
Yes.
You saw LIFO for a minute and just kind of like confidently just start walking down away from you. It seems like he too, or they too, did not hear you or pay much heed to your words when you called out to them. So you're just kind of here in front of your dormitory with, the wizard has already kind of floated off. All the other goblins kind of followed that wizard. What do you do?
I'm gonna walk up to those shady characters and see if they can teach me any sweet magic to make my job easier.
Great. Can you roll for me?
A 5.
Yep. Great. So as you come up, they all are taken aback by the confidence you give for a goblin, and you clearly, trying to learn some stuff. And they're like, "Yeah, we'll definitely tell you how to do some magic. Part of magic is sleight of hand." And they basically teach you how to make things disappear by like sleight of hand tricks. Basically, they're teaching you how to steal. Exactly. And so like through that, you learn some really good sleight of hand tricks. And part of like the lesson though is you got to bring all those things back to them. So you're magicifying a lot of items and bringing it to them as part of your curriculum, which you succeed and pass. Well done. You all need to just attend one more class, learn one more skill, and Dalton still needs to get sorted.
We're doing great.
Great. We cut back to Elfo. There's just extreme excitement in the slime hands room that's mixed with the screaming of pain and blood that's just coming from most of people's ears. But you're there. You're still an Elfo on a shelf. So
I'm gonna shimmy down the shelf and make my way to the wizarding tower.
great. Will you roll for me?
Yes.
4.
Okay, you get down, successfully without injury. And, you're already in the wizard's tower, so like I guess you're there. But you've gotten down the show. But like, hey, look, you wanted to do two things: get in the wizard tower and get down, and you did. So you feel good, feeling real good. Plus one to the next person that rolls.
Wow, lights.
I'm gonna slowly start feeling less and less confident because I can't find this damn wizard.
Why would you?
Okay,
So,
great.
I'm just gonna go back to the other dudes that were like, "Hey, we could sort you."
Okay. Will you walk back to them for me and roll a d6?
Yes.
I guess I normally would say +1, but you feel less confident. I'll still give you the +1, but this one. A 4 with a +1 does become a 5.
Yeah.
So as you start walking back, you are less confident. And so there's as you're walking back to that group, like another group of wizarding students like walks in front of you, and like because like you just felt less confident, you notice that a lot of them have like their sweet JARdon Nike swooshes on a lot of their wizarding uniforms, and you just kind of feel as if like you were less confident. And so you see a lot of people that have something that share an interest with you. So you instantly kind of get caught up in their group and are like moving with them away. So like you're now with you've been sorted by the association of the brand of clothing that you wear with the house that is known as El Douche of the Bag. And so like you're now in this group being sorted. You've been successfully sorted, so well done. You didn't need to find a wizard, but you're with a bunch of douchebags.
Yay.
Literally.
And you notice that they add bro to every sentence.
Bruh, no. Okay.
Yeah.
They're like, let's go, brah, get some food.
Bruh.
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 Well done,
Bruh.
I guess.
Bruh.
Bruh.
All right.
I'm gonna murder all the bros.
Brah, brah.
Bruh.
All right. Well, someone just needs to learn one more valuable lesson at school, and we'll be done with this phase.
Alright, so now I know sleight of hand.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna try to track down that wizard with my mop.
Mm-hmm.
That told me to follow him.
Great. Will you roll for me?
Have we done
I
it?
got a 5.
Of course you did.
I'm a master.
As you go with your newfound knowledge of sleight of hand, you get to the wizard, or you're heading towards that wizard, but you see that there's like, before you even get there, there's an actual class of wizards. There's a wizard teaching real apprentice from a different house. And as he's saying this, floating, because again, all wizards float. Yes, the most important thing for any would-be apprentice is you must have your magic wand. Your magic wand is the most important thing. All of you have been given magic wands. This is extremely important. You see that they, like, all of these students have like real wands, and you look down at like the mop that was in your hand, you realize like, I get it. This is a lesson. And you start to put your sleight of hand skills to use as you start going and like pickpocketing wands from these real wizards to make up for the fact that you have a mop. So you've successfully learned the fact that like to survive school you need a wand, and you have a handful of them. And you've successfully completed yet another lesson here at school. Orientation is done. None of you died, which is really alarming to me, but well done. There is only one step left, and that is the finals, which we will figure out in our next episode.
Bye.
Wow. All right. Well, you guys successfully just, wrecked that one. Good job. I mean, completed it. I will kill you. I will kill you all.
Well, Randall's almost there.
Is it a-
Just been very.
Is it a thing where you like change the dice threshold? Is that
I could make it.
Has that ever been done before?
I couldn't. There is a version to play on more intense, which is like only 6s succeed instead of 5 and 6s. We'll probably do that for our grunt episode that we're going to do, where they're all play a bunch of grunts.
That would be good.
Are we gonna be in like the Halo world?
Mhm.
Oh man.
Yeah, you guys are gonna be a
All
squad
right.
of Halo
Well,
grunts.
I'm gonna tap out and then I'll come back for that one.
Okay, great. Perfect. Randy, anything to close this off with? Did you get all your Star Wars-ness out?
No, I don't think so. We can talk more. Like, I know there's that thing where
Hold on, real
I
quick.
wish-
Bert, can you unshare your screen?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You smell like poop, sir.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's like, no, I don't.
Don't make fun of me in
I
front
thought
of
I
your
was the
friends.
asshole.
There's always that thing where you're watching A New Hope or you're watching Empire Strikes Back, I should clarify. And just where Obi-Wan keeps saying, it's like, well, was I any different when you trained me? And like all this stuff. Like, well, I thought Qui-Gon trained you and then Yoda trained you like a little bit after the fact. That I wish there was a little bit more
Consistency.
Yeah, I guess. with that.
I like how the council was so against training Anakin, and then was it the second episode or second movie? Obi-Wan didn't want to train Anakin, and the council's like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
I do like Senator Palpatine though.
Yeah, he's the best.
I like the actor who played him. Like,
Have you guys seen that Robot Chicken episode with when Darth Vader calls in Senator Palpatine and all that shit?
Yes. When the Death Star blows up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't heard Robot Chicken in a minute.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Celebrity death match. Let's really go back to the 90s. Let's go back to the early 2000s. Like right there. Like claymation.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really have anything. I'm kind of just I want to get the streaming down.
Yeah, go get it.
Because like I could record it. Like if I'm recording. So Jay, what we were talking about before you jumped on is like, so I downloaded the Microsoft app to my laptop. I downloaded the software to potentially live stream onto like YouTube. And it's like, but now I'm thinking about it, if I just did like if I can't get that going like right away without a capture card, I could just record my gameplay. And I was thinking about like, man, what if I just do like a fucking horde match on World War Z and see how far I can get? Because I think people would watch that. Like why the fuck? But also, I just think it's interesting. I mean, I fucking have all the tools and it's free, so I was like, why not try it?
I have one. It's not a discussion topic. It's more of a question. But World War Z reminded me of it. Have you guys heard of Dying Light?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
I know that my friend mentioned it. I know you have it, but continue.
It's a survival zombie game, but instead of being like round-based defense, it's more of story-driven missions and side missions. So it's very much RPG, single player. And they just came out with a second one in March. So now there's Dying Light 2, and it's all, made for the new consoles. It's beautiful, it's bigger, it's better, blah, blah, blah.
Is it open world?
It is open world, so it's kind of like the Halo campaign in that, where you have like the main missions, but then it reminds me very much of like the old Fallout games where you'd run around and you talk to NPCs and you'd make decisions and factions, and there's daytime where like there's a lot of parkour involved in the gameplay, which is fun.
Do you remember seeing this? Yeah.
And then at nighttime the gameplay changes, and like you need UV meds to keep your immunity up, or you'll turn into a zombie because you got bitten by a volatile. And there's these certain areas that are infested with zombies that are UV sensitive, but at night they come out, and that's when you want to go and loot those buildings, because now they're not. So it's like there's these really, really good concepts. And then to top it all off, there's this, Bert, you might have heard of it. There's these Wooger vests, the haptic feedback vests that you can wear. It's like a big life jacket, but it has like speakers here. You can't hear anything out of the speakers, but it lets you feel these bass notes or the footsteps or zombies growling. Like you can feel it more. So I'm having the headphones and this vest, and I'm like running around the city, and all of a sudden I hear, and I'm like, oh, what is that? And
That's
I'm like,
cool.
I haven't gotten very far in it, but it's a really good time. So if you guys I know you guys are all in the Elden Ring hole right now, but
Not me.
that's too many. That's too many hours for me, and you can't press pause. And a big part of my life right now is I need to be able to start and stop things anytime I want. Yeah, case in point. So I didn't know if you guys had played, or any of you guys have played the Dying Light series. I didn't play number 1. I just skipped right to 2, and it's fine.
I have it on Steam, but I've never actually played it.
Well, if you got extra hours to burn, I would recommend it.
But is it only for PlayStation?
No, it's for everything. But there is going to be cross play as far as co-op.
I was gonna say, is there multiplayer to it, or co-op?
There's no multiplayer, but there's going to be co-op campaign, cross-platform. They just haven't released that portion of it yet. So if I have a PS5, I can only play with PS5. PS4 can only play with PS4. PC can play with PC, and then same thing with the Xbox Series. So that part of it, I think, is really interesting, and I think I understand it. And Bert, you probably know a little bit more, is because the graphics and the programming for each of those platforms is different. And I think that's why they're limiting it, at least in its initial launch, which I thought was a bummer, because my little brother was the one that turned me on to this game, and I bought him, both of us, the copy of the game. I was like, oh, we'll play this together. And then I'm like, oh, no, we won't be playing this together. But
yeah,
but it's thoroughly enjoyable. That's the video game of my choice on console. And then my last video game plug is this super hardcore nerd text MMORPG on a cell phone or PC, technically.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's called CCO, or oh crap, I don't even know the name of it anymore. I just call it CCO. It's Cyber Code Online.
Okay.
And Randy, you will hate it. It's way too much reading. Bert, I think you'll be fascinated by it, but I think you'll lose interest quickly.
Sure.
And then Dalton, I don't really know. But but I enjoy it.
I'm already looking at it.
It's
it's just like fuck, what was that game?
It's an interesting concept. I don't know how else to describe
what was that
it.
game back in the day that basically just sold all their server information to Pokemon Go?
No, this is totally different than that game. Ingress.
Okay. Ingress, yeah.
And Ingress, the producers of Ingress made Pokemon Go. They didn't, like, it's the same thing. And the reason why Ingress did so well, or was so different, is because they used real world places.
Yeah.
This is strictly like text based, like you're level 1 and you find this gear and now your stats are better. And then you have a printing level and a scavenging level and a mining level and a ammo manufacturing level. And there's these people that are like level 450 and it takes like 1 billion XP to like move them levels. And then you're over here like, oh, I got 5 XP. I went up a level. So like, so I've been playing for about 5 weeks now, and I'm like level 120. But it's interesting. And the thing is, there's a global chat, and I don't know if you guys ever played with a global chat before, but like that's really where the game is. And that does nothing for your XP. It does nothing for your skills, but like you really just want to sit in that global chat and watch these trolls just like supposedly talk to each other. And there's moderator. It's entertaining. So if you're bored with your cell phone games, I would check that one out. It's quite fun for me.
The name one more time.
CCO, or Cyber Code Online.
Cool. Yeah, I looked at a picture. And then video game plugs aside, do you have anything else, Jay, that you actually want to plug for you, your life?
Me? No, I mean, I am on paternity leave, which is pretty cool. It's nice to be able to do, getting, taking care of the fam like I talked about at the beginning. And then when everyone is happy, but I don't have time to play a video game, I do like a house project. So like yesterday, we have this giant 4 foot by 6 foot canvas painting that my wife bought online. And we paid Michael's a pretty penny to actually stretch it, because they wanted you to do it yourself in this little box and crappy tools that they gave you. And I was like, hell to the no. After an hour of almost throwing it through a window. So I just took it to Michael's and was like, please take my money to do this. And then I took it back and I'm like, crap, now I have to hang this giant monstrosity on my wall. And I'm like, then I have to find studs, and then I have to like figure out the center. It's huge. It's huge. It's very pretty. It's not like ugly. It's just very big.
Yeah.
But
Good save. Good save.
yeah. So instead of doing all that, like getting the wire and like tying it onto the back and doing all this stuff, Michael's did a great job, by the way. Well worth the money. I just took all of the command strips in my house and stuck them on the back, and it works just fine. So that was my latest.
It's like, I don't want to find a stud.
No,
I don't,
2
I
studs,
don't-
because if you do 1 stud, it could tilt. You got to
yeah,
do 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was only like I weighed myself, and then I weighed it while I was holding the picture, and it was only like 13, 14 pounds. So it's big, but it's not heavy. I was like, command strips will be fine. And I got like 8 of those bad boys on there. So it's like,
All that adhesive sticks.
Yeah.
Next episode, Jay's gonna talk about how it felt.
well, I had 2 kids and a wife, and now I'm down to yeah. But
It's all fun and games till the monstrosity falls on someone.
Yeah, seriously. But other than that, I've painted a room. I've stuck some cute stickers on both my kids' walls to like personalize them and decorate them.
Nice.
Hung some shelves. I bought some ridiculously. I like gadgets. I'm really into gadgets. I got some curtains for my living room that are automated.
Oh wow.
So they're like
I saw
power. Those are my blinds, Randy.
Ugh.
Now I got curtains to go on top of like so curtains are like the things that come
Wow.
down. Yeah. So now I can be like blinds open, curtains open, and like everything will just like open automatically, or I can close them and watch a movie during the day. Cause I mean, Randy, you saw it. It's very bright in that room because of all the windows.
Very bright.
But like if I wanted to play a game or watch a movie, the glare on the TV is just the worst. So curtains were a must. And I also got just a good amount of the canned lights in those.
Oh yeah.
So I got the Hue ones of those. So now I'll have like, I don't know, the ability to mess with my lighting unnecessarily, but it makes
Alexa.
me happy.
Set the mood.
Yeah. Or like
That's-
watch a Sharks game, or like, I don't know, my kid likes, kids like things that change colors. So it'll be able to like change with the music that we're listening to. So
It's cool.
that's my life. I'm just like dadding super hard.
I always hit that age where I am interested in this appliance now.
Yeah.
Like it's, oh man, look at this thing, bro.
Look at these curtains. Look how
fucking
sick
awesome.
that is.
I don't know when that started to happen to me, but I think it was probably when I wanted to start getting flooring in the house like a few years ago. And it was just like,
What kind of flooring did you get?
I don't know. So I got a fucking deal. That's what I did.
Did you get LVP or just VP, or did you get hardwood?
it's vinyl
Did you get
flooring.
Laminate. Okay.
Or vinyl? I don't know. Fuck, it's wood.
So it looks like
floor.
wood.
It looks like wood. I think it's vinyl.
It's probably LVP, luxury vinyl plank.
Like they all clip in.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly what that is.
Yeah.
That's
So
what I got.
and then
I
it
love
was and then you just go through like these phases like, bro, I need a weed whacker.
I got one of those. I now
need this.
for the tools. I need like a tool organizer.
Like it was insane.
Yeah,
Like, I was
yeah.
going on this little like, man, just having tools at the house is just
It's nice.
it's like world changed.
Yeah.
I have an automatic drill. Anywho, I gotta eat
Yeah.
and play some Elden Ring and
Yeah.
try this. Try this stream.
Yeah. Let us know how it goes.
So wait, why don't you want to stream on Twitch?
Just lazy. I mean, even though it's dramatically easier.
So much easier.
But like it's just I think I don't know how to navigate Twitch, or it's just I think it'd be easier for me to just put on YouTube. Like I'm not a lot of like because so how about this? I'm at work playing Elden Ring when it's slow, and I'll have like Dr. Disrespect on fucking live stream playing Elden Ring 2. And I can just look over and watch it. Like I can't be doing that on like I'm pretty sure you can do that on Twitch on the computer, but it was just the accessibility is just like, oh, click, I'm there. Like
It's
I don't
just-
know. It's just
You'd have to
easy.
learn a new system, and Randy he's comfortable with what he knows. Okay.
And like learning this platform stuff right now is like, bro.
I'm
Do you
surprised.
have a Twitch login?
Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah. Yeah. You do.
So I'm gonna show you how easy it is.
It's so
You're
easy.
gonna download.
I
Twitch
try.
and
How
You're
this? When
gonna
I tried to
sign
do
in to Twitch
Switch
on
the
Xbox.
first time,
and then you're gonna hit record, and then you're recording.
but it's not a live stream.
It's
Yeah,
probably
it's-
easier than this, I would assume.
Yeah,
No,
and
no.
yeah.
Well, this is more difficult because we're not all in the same spot. But I want to do the live stream.
It is
Like, if I'm just recording myself playing Elden Ring, like with no general fucking purpose, nobody's gonna watch that.
You want to like
because I don't
edit it
know.
and like put in stuff and like do things. And
Yeah, I don't want to do it. I just want to like live stream, watch me play World War Z or something, and then
Yeah, so-
like, there we go.
when
So
you hit
Twitch
record,
would
it's
be-
live stream. I've done it on my Twitch on my Xbox.
Yeah, but also I don't know anybody on fucking Twitch.
You
And
have
who's
like
gonna be-
5 friends. What are you talking about? You don't know anybody anyways.
Dude, it's like nobody. Where I'm getting at,
on.
nobody is gonna like Twitch to navigate. Is like what like I feel like I have to have a very very good like opening name or something.
We're just gonna agree to disagree.
Don't get
And
me
that's
wrong.
okay.
I think it's
How about this? How many followers you got on Twitch right now? Me stream.
me. I have no idea. But what I'm about to say
Exactly.
is what I'm about to say is I think streaming on Twitch is extremely saturated, and
Why are you trying to
it's
push me
super
over?
hard. If you're just looking for
Twitch is very easy.
something
I know
easy.
it's fucking easy. I'm taking the harder route on purpose
Okay.
because I want to do it on YouTube. Like I don't know. I
Fair
can't.
enough.
I don't know how I can justify that to you guys.
It's like he likes to use eBay versus Amazon. He just likes to
Exactly.
do the thing that's not what everybody else is doing.
exactly.
Even though we have the same gun.
You should just
Did he
live
tell
stream
you?
on
Did he
Instagram.
tell you guys about that?
No, I
No.
actually told my
Okay,
friend
okay.
yesterday.
Last thing, and I promise we'll go after this. So Randy, I think talked about it in the podcast maybe a little bit how poor the gun buying process was, and I'm like, what kind of rinky-dink outfit, like piece of crap, like hole in the wall place? He probably went to Petaluma and talked to some like hillbilly white guy.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, whatever. And then like a month or two later, I'm like, you know what? I had a couple bad dreams that kept me up at night, and I want a gun now. Like I want to have something to protect. Worst case scenario.
Worst
Ready
case
to go.
scenario.
Yeah.
Worst
And-
case.
And my brother-in-law is a gun nut. He's got like 3 or 4 pistols. He built his own totally legal rifles.
Sure.
Yeah. And so like, great, I'm gonna go with him. And he goes to Sports Basement. And I'm like, cool, this place is big and it's like a kind of a chain place. It's gotta be regulated and decent help.
Sportsman's Warehouse.
Whatever they are. I
Yes.
don't give a shit.
It all has sportsman in the front.
And it's just like the first time I went there, it was fine. The guy was nice. He was wearing a "Don't Tread on Me" hat, which whatever, fine. He was nice
Sure.
to me. I don't care.
Yeah.
And then I go to the second time to pick it up, and the guy was just such a douche, like such a huge douche. And to the like, even I was asking like, oh, what kind of ammo I should get? It was like, well, this is what I have. Pick what you want. And I'm like, cool. Great. And then, oh, well, that ID is not going to work because blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, that guy right there said it would last time. And I got this fishing license and paid this money because you guys said it would make things easier. Well, I got to go talk to my manager. Great. I'll wait here.
Yeah.
And then by the end of
Oh.
it, I was done being polite. I was done being patient. I was just like, please go bark at somebody else. I'm sorry that you're mad, that you're short and you're understaffed and you don't get paid enough. I get that. I understand your anger, but F off. Like
Yeah.
I'm over this. But long story long is that me and Randy have identical firearm, color, everything. The serial number's different, but other than that,
They're just sharing it.
they are both
No,
registered to us
no.
separately.
They just keep going into each other's house, stealing it, and then got it.
But like
Yeah.
it is the same, and I think that it kind of pays tribute to our friendship after years and years and us changing kind of who we are in our professions and different lifestyles, and we have very similar tastes.
Yeah.
Things
You got the same. I think that was the key that was missing. You guys bought the same thing without talking to each other.
yes.
Is that correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I had a feeling when a lot of guns come with 2 clips, but for whatever reason, he's like, my gun came with 2 clips. I just had this feeling. I'm like, he got the same gun as me. I'm gonna poke a little bit more just to see. I'm not gonna ask, and then I'm like, fuck it, dude. Like, yeah, this is what I got. And he says, I'm like, yeah, that's the exact same thing I got, bro. Like, but they're fun. I mean, it's fun. I'm down to go to the range. I know you're busy, super busy, but it's fun, man. You only need to go for like half an hour, and then after that, it's kind of like I'm over it.
Expensive.
It's not expensive. Well, actually, yeah, it's
Yeah,
fucking
it
expensive.
is.
Like
Because
50,
bullets-
50 cents a round. Like, it gets expensive. And then
Nice.
that's the cue.
That's the duty. All right. Well, like Jay said, there's people that take priorities, so gotta go. All right, everyone. Till next time. Jar the Mez.